We now have our conference finals set. Spurs, we're hosting you guys. In Detroit basketball, you have been eliminated. Welcome to On This Management Monday, May 18th, 2026. Episode 399 of the D-Lo Show. Almost there, fellas. Almost there. But Cleveland, they won emphatically last night, 125-94. Outscoring them in every quarter. 31-22 at the one. There was a 64-47 at the half. Won the third quarter, 35-26. And the last quarter, the fourth quarter, is 26-21 to win by 31. Great effort. Donovan Mitchell, he was the high man. He had 26 points, 8 assists, 6 boards, steal, and a block. Jared Allen, 23.7 boards, steal, and a block. Evan Mobley, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks on 7-10 shooting. I got a lot. Sam Merrill, he had 23 off the bench with a steal. He was 7-10 from the field as well, 5 of 8 from Curryland. He was on one. And Harden, he only had 9 points. He ain't shoot well, but he set up a lot of guys. He had 6 assists, and he only had 1 turnover. Keep the ball clean in possession. Don't do that. And everybody got exercise, except Proctor. He didn't get his doctor's notes. But the Casual advanced to the conference finals for the first time since 2018. He on against the Knickerbockers. We'll see how that one goes. As for Detroit, Dennis Jacobs was the high man. He had 17 and 5 assists. K had 13, 5 assists, 4 boards, and 2 steals. Duncan Rossi had 13 off the bench with a steal. And Karis LeVert had 11. So, yeah, it was not a good night for Detroit. They did not shoot good at all. They shot 35% from the field, 30-85 from that, 12-39 from Curry range, which is, well, I'll say this, at least they got 90 points. But 31 personal fouls, that's a lot of fouls. Damn. That's a lot of fouls. It was not a good night for them at all. But no one fouled out, funny enough. You know, they had 31 fouls. But Don was the only one that fouled out. Detroit, we'll give you a B+. Y'all had a good season. Hell of a 60 wins, led the East. Y'all had a lot of games in these playoffs because you went to Southern Bowl. But you came back from 3-1. And at least you got this the first Detroit has been since the OG Pistols are around, so we'll give them that. I would say I need to look for a secondary guard, a guy that can find something, that can create for themselves besides Tobias. So, I would look for somebody young. Don't try to get nobody a veteran. Look for somebody in K's range, the age, like between 24 to around 28, around that age range. They could be a couple years older than Cade or a year or two younger than Cade, but somebody in that range. I'll say a couple guys. I look at the free agency market for this year. I'll say like someone like maybe Austin Reeves, a Quentin Grimes, maybe an Anthony Simons, someone else that can control the flow at the wing position or forward position, because that's what they really need. I will keep Jenkins. I hope they got two. I know they got a good 2-way deal with him, so I'll keep him. But I will find somebody on the wings that can help out and probably find a way to keep Tobias, so like a cheaper deal if you can find one. And replenish on your forwards. Mainly get some forwards that can score. Cause then you got the bigs, you got the guards. You need some forwards that can create. You got the shooters for 'em. Just find some forwards that can create for themselves, type of things. So if you find those fours or threes, small forwards specifically. If you get small forwards and or two guards that can do that, I think it'd be good. Swingman is the objective for Detroit basketball. So we're good with that. All right, piss. Let's get to the next one. Okay, picks. We'll go with Thunder and Spurs. We play tonight. This is a big game. We're on NBC and or Peacock. Humongous game. I kind of miss the games on TNT and ESPN, but the East will be on ESPN. The West will be on Peacock. It's gonna be a good long series. We're very even. We have a tall big man with tall guards. We have a lot of wings. They have a lot of wings. It's gonna be evenly matched up. We really need Jade up in this one, so I hope his hamstring is fully recovers, because we're gonna need him and all his versatility. I'm saying it like that. I'm gonna go with us. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a good, nice, long series. Let's say 6 or 7. If we can steal one in their place, it'll make it easier for us. If not, we're gonna be in for a long one. But we're hosting tonight, and I got us winning this one. It's gonna be like we won by like 115 to 108, something like that. It's gonna be close throughout. It's not at most a team will get up by like 15 or so. 15. Anything more than that, that'd be a bit shocking. So 115, 108 to score. All right, Knicks and Cavs in the East. And one of my brackets, I got everything right in one of my other brackets. It was the one I didn't mention, but I made a second one. And I got everything right in this one except for the Celtics series, where they lost to the Sixers, because, they're being stupid. On this one I picked the Cavs. I picked the Cavs to win this one. So I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna stick with them. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Cavaliers. Sorry, Knickerbockers. I mean, y'all don't have OG. I think if you got some good bench production from like Shaq, I think I was gonna say Shaq, from Clarkson or McBride, maybe they can work with something. We'll see. But I'm gonna go with the Cavaliers due to what my projection pick. And I'm trying to win some nice stuff. I'm trying to win a trip to the finals. If I can win this trip to the finals, we can move on up, Sally. We can move on up. I'm ranked 103rd. So let's go. Let me get high. Alright, let's switch sports. Let's go from basketball to baseball. As we had we had our Beltway round with DC, the Nationals. Because it was rivalries weekend, apparently. I forget they are rivalries. We almost got swept by them, but we won the third game on Sunday, 7-3. Faced the gunner Henderson, who is a little shaky this year. But yesterday was a breaker. He was 4-5. He had a home run, his 10th of the year. He had 2 RBIs. He made sure to leave an impact as we won 7-3. Yeah, so we got to start quick. Ghana hit a bomb in the first to give us the lead. Cole Mayo followed in the second with a 2-run bomb. Jacob Young hit a solo one in the bottom of the second for DC to get on the board. P. Alonso hit a sacrifice fly to make it 4-1. Cone Cowser hit a 2-run bomb to make it 6-1. Keibert Ruiz hit a sac fly to make it 6-2, and CJ Abrams gets the RBI single, made it 6-3 in the seventh. But Gunner hits the second RBI of the day with an RBI single, made it 7-3, and that was the final. He got out closer a non-save situation. Tampa Bay, they're doing good so far. They get the third win of the season, winning against their Floridian rival, the Miami Marlins, 6-3. Drew Rousman, he got his fourth win of the season. He went 5-3, only had gave 7 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts. And Brian Baker gets his 12th save of the season, doing well for his squad. Junior Caminero had a solo shot in the first, made it 1-0. Zay Evans ties it up. The RBI single, and Otto Lopez take the lead, made it 2-1. And Taylor Walls hit a bases clearing triple, made it 4-2. Give his boys the lead. Yanni Diaz with a bomb when it's 5-2, his 7th of the season. Then Junior Caminero, the bases loaded walk, made it 6-2. Stoles made interest with the RBI single in the 8th. They could not get nothing going in the 9th. That's how they get the win. And we played a race today, so that fits into more rivalries. So I guess it turns into Rivals Week. So you gotta pay the freaking Rays in Tampa. Yeah, we gotta track that. All right, Phillies, they pitch a shutout in Pittsburgh, 6-0. Zach Wheeler, he was on one. He was dominant. He went 7 strong, gave 4 hits, 1 walk, and 8 Ks. Paul Skeens, he went 5, but he gave a 5 earned in 5 innings. He had 7 strikeouts, but did not get good enough. Justin Crawford had RBI single to get his boys on the board. And Trey Turner had RBI single to make it 2-0. The Bryce hits the solo shot to make it 3-0. His 12th of the season. Bryson stopped a 2-run double, made it 5-0. And he hit his solo in the 8th as an insurance policy. Both teams are now 24-23. Well, the turnaround for the Phillies. Pittsburgh, we said May is your cold month, even though that's when it starts to get hot. Don't get cold on me. Braves, they're doing great this year. They took care of the Red Sox 8-1, their 32nd win of the season. And Grant Holmes, he was having that home cooking. He went 6 strong, gave 5 hits, no earned, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. He was dominant. Austin Riley hit a 3-run bomb in the first to get his boys on the board with a 3-0 lead. Drake Baldwin on bases loaded walk. And then Matt Olson with the RBI grounder made it 5-0. Then Mike Yastrzemski hits his second home of the season, made it 6-0. And Dominic Smith with the RBI single made it 7-0. And Drake Baldwin a sac fly in the 8th made it 8-0. And the only reason they got a run is because of Nick Sogard hit an RBI double, bringing in Connor Wong, and that was it. So no shutout for you, Atlanta. But Atlanta's doing great with a turnaround. Guardians and Reds in the Battle of Ohio. Guardians win that one 10-3. It was a football score. Gavin Williams gets his 6th win of the season. Gavin Williams, he got his 6th win of the season with 6 strong, 8 hits, 2 earned, 7 Ks. And then Brady Singer, they was making him sing like Mariah Carey in that shower because they sent him to the showers early. Because he only went 4 innings and gave 5 earned runs. Chase Lauder, he hit a 2-run bomb. The first made it 2-0. Eddie De La Cruz got him on the board for Cincinnati with a solo shot, made it 2-1. Kyle Manzardo hit a 2-run bomb in the third and made it 4-1. Nate Lowe gets the Reds back halfway, 4-2. Then Brian Roquio with a solo bomb in the fourth made it 5-2. Then Manzardo with his second homer in the game made it 4-2. Made it 6-2. Ado Martinez, 2-run bomb, made it 8-2. Then Jose Ramirez with a 2-run bomb, made it 10-2. And Dane Myers last run for the Reds. Let's at least make it a field goal at least. At least. Blue Jays and Tigers in Detroit. Detroit's not looking well without Screwball. And Kevin Gosling, he was on one, and he did really well. He went 6 strong, gave 4 hits and 5 Ks. Tyler Rogers gets his first save of the season. As the Blue Jays won this one 4-1. Vlad Guerrero hit a bomb the first, made it 1-0. And a wild pitch by Flaherty goes awry, and Toronto scores their second run of the game, 2-0. Then Dalton Varsho with the RBI triple made it 3-0. And then he gets brought in by Jesus Sanchez, made it 4-0. The only run that the Tigers made the muster was a RBI force out. Wenzel Pierce scores thanks to Jeremiah Jones. Oh my God, that throw went over his head and tagged the other runner. So good for Toronto. Well, yeah, Toronto. Yeah, Toronto. All right, Yankees and Mets to battle New York. Had the Mets win in walk-off fashion, 7-6. Yankees. Ha ha. Mets walk it off. Ben Rice get a soaring star with a solo shot, made it 1-0. Marcus Semien ties up in the first, made it 1-0. Then Volpe, he gets the Yankees back in the lead with a 2-run single, made it 3-1. Then Ahmed Rosario and Trent Grisham get RBIs in interesting circumstances. Sacrifice fly and a fielding error by Bichette, who miscatched the ball. Oh my gosh. It went out of his glove. Mets coming back. They get a 2-run double by Luis Torrens. Looks short there. Then the 7th, Anthony Volpe gets a base loaded walk. But Tyrone Taylor said that's not enough and hits a 3-run bomb to make it 6-up. And then Carson Banks hits a fielder's choice, and the left fielder, Max Schumann, he misplays it. And Marcus Semien scores. And the freaking Mets sweep the freaking Yankees. New York owns you. And they get their 20th win this season to get themselves back out of the doldrums. Good grief. Speaking of doldrums, the Astros are putting the doldrums. Getting shut out by the Rangers 8-0. Good grief. Who didn't expect that coming? Nathan Eovaldi, he saw it coming because he pitched a complete 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 8 Ks. We should see complete game shutouts. We don't see those no more, Jack. It's a new era, as they say. It's 100%. Jake Berger, he gets the boys on the board with a 2-run bomb, made it 2-0. They ain't get no scoring to the 7th, where Jake Berger again hit 2 more RBIs in off a double, made it 4-0. And Kyle Higashioka drives Berger in along with Alejandro Ozuna, made it 6-0. Then Brandon Nimmo makes it 7-0 with an RBI double. Then Higashioka said, I want a little more extra runs, and I want a solo shot to make it 8-0. And that's all they needed. In the Chicago series, the White Sox beat the Cubs and now over 500, 9-8. What? Okay, the White Sox are 24-22 now. As Michael Busch hit the 2-run bomb the first, that made it 2-0. Then he had a wild pitch by Fettuccine and Alex Bregman scored. It's not a good start for him. But the White Sox fight back. RBI single by Edgar Cuero made it 3-1. Cause nope, we still got more runs. We get an RBI single from Alex Bregman. Andrew Benintendi in the fourth with an RBI double made it 4-2. We're running away, fellas. So no, we're not. Miguel Vargas ties it up with a 2-run single, makes it 4-4. Then the 8th, Tristan Pease with a 3-run bomb, his first of the season, brings his boys the lead, But now we got an answer. Michael Conforto hits a 3-run bomb, and we're tied up in the top of the ninth. And then going to extras, we get the top of the 10th. Alex Brett with the RBI ground out. All they need to do is close the game out. But then Edgar Guerrero, he hits a game-winning walk-off home run, his first of the season and possibly his career, and the perfect time to do it because it was a walk-off. Thanks to the South Side. Metro Boone wants some more. Twins beat the Brewers in a Midwest matchup, 5-4 in Minnesota. Bailey Ober gets his 5th win of the season, went 5 strong, gets 6 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And Luis Garcia here closing now? Oh, nice. He came in closing. Oh, good for him. Amadito, call on that. Nobody calls him that. Wow, they used 6 pitchers. Good gravy. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they used 6 pitchers to get this one. The bullpen needs some extra help. Anyway, speaking of help, the boys got on the board Minnesota with a 1-zip lead thanks to Cody Clemens. I'll spell the same way. Then Sal Frelick tied it up at a 1. With that. Then Clemens again, he said, I'll get us back in the lead with a 2-run dog, makes it 3-1. Then Garrett Mitchell with a solo bomb, and Christian Yelich, too, hits bombs in the 4th and the 5th to get a tie game. Then the 5th, Ryan Jeffers answers back with a solo bomb to get his boys back in the lead, 4-3. Victor Caratini gives his boys an assurance in the 8th with a sacrifice fly, made 5-3. Jake Bowles get a rally start in the 9th with an RBI single, but it could not bring him around or Contreras to get them the lead or to tie it as they lose to that score. Now we got the same record. Royals and Cardinals, Midwest action. It was only 2 runs that was given up in this run, thanks to the Royals, made it 2-0 victory. As Steven Colett, he went dominant in this one. 6 in the 3rd innings, a shutout ball, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 Ks. Lucas Ursay got to save his 11th of the season. He only needed 3 pitchers. Victor Palante then pretty solid. I don't mean to say Andre Palante, pretty solid. He went 6 and 2/3, 8 hits, 2 earns, and 7 Ks. But he gave 2 runs, so that's not good. Salvador Perez hit a sac fly in the 1st and made it 1-zip, and hit a solo home run. So that's all they needed. That's all they need, some veteran work. He's still catching. Nice. Yeah, that's all he needs. Salvador, he got 2 hits, 2 at bats. Got to walk in the sacrifice fly. Keep it simple. All right, Diamondbacks and the Rockies and Pitt in Colorado as the Diamondbacks. They got the win in Colorado, 8-6. All right, Michael Soroka, he got his 6th win of the season. He went 5 and 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned, and 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And Patrick Sewald, or Paul Sewald, he got his 10th save of the season. Impressive numbers so far. In the 3rd, Nolan Arenado and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. RBI singles make a 2-zip. In the 4th, Edemaro Vargas RBI single made a 3-zip. And Corbin Carroll with a 2-run bomb made a 5-zip. In the 4th, the Rockies are trying to make a comeback. Troy Johnson and Willie Castro hit ground doubles back to back to make it 5-2. And Gurriel gets his first home of the season, made it 6-2. And Jose Fernandez made it 7-2 the RBI single. Not the one I know. Not the one that we all remember. Then Corbin Carroll gets his second homer of the game, made it 8-2. In the eighth, they try to make another rally. They Willie Cash with a sac fly, Jay McCarthy with an RBI single, Kyle Carroll with a ground ball single, and Brett Sullivan with a sacrifice fly that made it 8-6. But they cannot get another rally going in the ninth inning as they go out with a whipper. Sad day for them. All right. Next, you had the Battle of California. Some of the Angels are still, well, the Athletics, I'm going to say. Some of the Athletics are still in California, even though they about to get kicked out of California. So how they going to do for this rivalry? Anyway, the Giants, good gravy. It was a low-scoring game. It was 2-1 into the eighth inning. Very low scoring. Luis Arias hit a solo one in the third, made it 1-0. Matt Chapman hit an RBI double, made it 2-0. And then Carlos Cortez with the RBI double in the fifth, made it a 2-1 game going to the eighth. But then the Giants exploded in the eighth. Rafi Devers, 2-run single. Daniel Suzak, RBI grounder. Jung Ho Lee, RBI single. And then Harrison Bader hit a grand salami to make it 10-1 and blow the game wide out of proportion. What a flipper. Adrian Hauser gets his second in the season with 6 strong, 4 hits, 1 earned, and 5 walks. He had 3 strikeouts. Good grief. I know your whip is crazy high right now, but you'll live with the win. I guess California had the same thing because the Dodgers blew out the Angels 10-1 too. And of course, they had to be led by Rokai Sasaki. He had a second win of the season. He went 7 strong down the innings. He won't get 4 hits, 1 earned, and 8 strikeouts. Very impressive, sir. And Grayson Rodriguez, well, Grayson, well, we remember those days, or he did not, his first start as the Angel did not go well. And yeah, going against the defending champions too. Oh boy. Anyway, Miguel Rojas got started RBI sac fly. Then with a 1-0, Hyun Sung Kim RBI single made it 2-0. Then Shohei with an RBI single made it 4-0, 2 runs. Then Andy Pages with 2-run single made it 6-0. Kyle Tucker RBI single as well, 7-0. The only run for the Angels is Yohan Moncada's RBI single in their 4th. And the 9th, Kyle Tucker with a 2-run double. And Teoscar Hernandez with an RBI single made a 10-1 score. And the Dodgers are 29 wins, 1 more win from 18, 30. And the Angels, well, you still got several months left. But at least you're in California. At least you be looking good. Or, well, in a sunny environment, say that. And last but not least, Padres and Mariners in Seattle. How is this a rivalry? Was it a coastal thing? Whatever. The Padres won 8-3. Lucas Giolito got his first win in his first start. He didn't do too bad. He went 5 innings, 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Solid effort. He got plenty of run support. Why's he spelled like that? Unlike George Kirby, who got roughed up in the 6th inning. But Gavin Sheets hit a solo shot in the first, made 1-0. Then Todd France, RBI single in the 5th, made it 2-0. Then Sheets gets a second home in the game, made it 4-0 in the 6th. And then Jackson Merrill followed up with an RBI double. Then Todd France followed up with a 2-run single, made it 7-0. Mariners trying to come back. They get a walk and a pair of sac flies to make it 7-3. But Gavin Sheets gets his fifth RBI of the game. He had and made it 8-3 with a double. But a hell of a game for him. Did I guess right? Oh, 4 RBIs. Well, he had half the team RBIs. 5 or 4. But he had 4. So good for him. And those are the games from yesterday. All right, let's go to the games today. Let's go Orioles. We are in Tampa taking on the Rays. For the Rays, they have Shane McClellan. Oh, he's from the city. I don't even. How did I know he's from the city? He's 4-2 to 270 area, 39 is 41 strikers. He's probably from Canton. So I'm joking with it. I'm joking. And for the Orioles, we have Trevor Rogers. He's from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Yeah, I know good stuff down there. Anyway, he's 2-4 in the year, 5.77 ERA, 34 innings, 30 strikeouts. Come on, Trevor. I'm gonna need you to be our ace that we relied on you with. Let's go, Orioles. Next, you had the Guardians and Tigers in Detroit. Framber Valdez on the mound for the Tigers, 2-2 in the year with a 4.32 ERA, 50 innings and 42 strikeouts. And for the Guardians, they have Slade Sassoni. He's 2-4 to 5.60 ERA, 45 innings and 38 strikeouts. We'll go with the Tigers. Phillies and Reds both got the same record, 24 and 23. Something's got to give. On the mound for the Phillies is the rookie Andrew Painter. He's 1-4 to 6.21 ERA, 37 innings, 34 strikeouts. And for the Reds is Nick Lodolo. He's on 1 a year with 8.68 ERA, 9 innings, 8 strikeouts. We'll go with the Phillies. Staying in the division, we have pair division rivalry games this week, as he had the Braves and the Marlins in Miami. On the Mars, you have Max Meyer, double M, and he with the Minnesota. He's 3-0 to 3.21 ERA, 47 innings, 54 strikeouts. He needs one more win to get to 10 in his career. For the Braves, they have J.R. Ritchie. He's 1 on the year, the rookie so far, with 3.32 ERA, 21 innings, and 17 strikeouts. Again, I guess she didn't want to be nicknamed IR. We'll go with the Braves. We're rolling. Mets and Nationals in DC. Jake Irvin. He's 1-4 the year to 5.91 ERA, 42 innings, and 45 strikeouts. And for the Mets, yeah, Christian Scott. He's had 4 starts, but he has nothing on the ledger to give him a win or an L. And he's still looking for his first career win. Can he get it tonight? He has a 3.45 ERA and 15 innings and 20 strikeouts. Get your first done. We'll go with the Mets. Sorry, DC. We gotta get you. The Bulls got a better record. Yankees and Blue Jays. Yankees trying to get back on the win column as they have Ryan Weathers on the mound. He's 2-2 to 3 ERA, 45 innings, 54 strikeouts. And for the Blue Jays, they have Patrick Corbin. He's 1-1 with a 3.93 ERA, 34 innings, and 22 strikeouts. I'm gonna pick the Yankees. Screw it. Next, you had the battle of the R's. No, not Pirates. Royals and Red Sox. For the Royals, they have Seth Lugo on the mound. Our Puerto Rican Prince is on the mound. He's 1-3 to 3.76 ERA, 52 innings, 46 strikeouts. At least you got your 1,000 strikeouts your last time. But you took an L. You need to bounce back. And for the Red Sox, you have Sonny Gray. Pickleman is on the mound. He's 4-1 to 3.18 ERA, 34 innings, and 21 strikeouts. I'm gonna go to the Royals. I need Seth to get a win for us. No, not you, Seth freaking Rollins. Cubs and Brewers. They are in Chicago. The White Sox trying to get to 30 wins. This is big for division. Shorty Managa's on the mound. He's 4-3 to 2.3 TRA, 54 innings, 59 strikeouts. And for the Brewers, they have Brandon Sproat. He's 1-2 to 5.75 ERA, 36 innings, 36 strikeouts. He has first career win his last start against the Padres. So let's see if he can keep that momentum up. I'm going to Cubs because I got Imanaga. All right. Battle of the R's Part 2. We had the Rangers and the Rockies in Denver. Jose Quintana's on the mound. He's 1-2 of the year to 3.97. 34 innings and 16 strikeouts. Lilo. You're not Lilo and Stitch. I think this is. He hasn't get a decision about a month. So are you Lilo? You need to stitch your rotation up. That was a horrible joke. And for the Rangers, they have Mackenzie Gore. He's 3-3 to 4.50 ERA, 40 innings, and 53 strikeouts. Ooh. I'm gonna go to Rockies. I'll get into that. A's and Angels. More AL West action. For the Angels, they have Walbert Urena. He's 1-4 year, 3.29 ERA, 27 innings, 26 strikeouts. It seems like a solid so far. It's a rookie. And for the A's, they have JT Jen. Again, he's 2-1 with a 3.12 ERA, 43 innings, 34 strikeouts. I'm gonna go with the A's. And then last division rivals of this weekend, this week, is the Padres and the Dodgers. Hacky ain't differential between the two teams, and they're the top in the division. Michael Kane's on the mound. He's 3-2 to 2.63 ERA, 51 innings, and 50 strikeouts. And for the Dodgers is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's 3-3 with a 3.60 ERA, 50 innings, and 48 strikeouts. I'll go to Dodgers. Giants and Diamondbacks in Arizona. Arizona trying to get back to 500. The Giants trying to keep them down just like the crabs in the barrel. For the Diamondbacks, they have Zach Gallen. He's 1-4 to 5 ERA, 43 innings, 29 strikeouts. He's been taking L's his last 3 starts. Can he bounce back? And for the Giants, they have Robbie Ray. He's 3-5 to 3.04 ERA, 50 innings and 49 strikeouts. He got a bunch of 3.04s in his runs that he's given up. I'm gonna go with the Giants. Sorry. White Sox and Mariners. White Sox 2 over 500. We just mentioned that. The Mariners 4 under, but he had Brian Wu on the mound. He's 3-2 to 3.91 ERA, 53 innings, 47 strikeouts. And for the White Sox, you have Noah Schultz, the rookie. He's 2-2 in a year, the 4.91 ERA, 29 innings, 26 strikeouts. We'll go with the White Sox. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if they don't get wooed tonight. I hit my face. All right. See how this one goes. All right. Well, let's start with TNA because we had a title change. They had a number 1 contender battle royal for the TNA championship, and wait a minute, Mustafa Saeed. They was in Sacramento. Is he from there? Let me see if he's from Sacramento. Because him coming out was kind of that was a shocker. Because I'm like, what the hell? He was a big boy. He's from freaking Kings Mountain, North Carolina. How the hell does he have a connection to freaking Sacramento? Whatever. But that was a surprise. But he was the first one eliminated. I was like, well, goddamn, at least he got paid for being there. He's built from South Central, but South Central is about 200 miles south of Sacramento. Give you that. But good for him. Um, Elijah, he seemed like he was gonna win. Him and Aragon were the last two, but Aragon did probably the smartest thing and kicked him in the cojones and then pushed him off to get the win. So Aragon will be the next one contender. Or should we assume? We'll get to that soon. Um, Dude named Keith Jardine was doing an interview promoting his next movie, Doing Your Own Way, or something to that extent. I think that was the name. But an elegance brand come over here being some hating ass hoes, and Miss Elegance cut off and say, "Aren't you jealous of Mr. Elegance?" And he said the same thing I was thinking. Like, who want to be jealous of him? Like, hell. And then all the girls come out defending Mr. Elegance, and he called them a hoes, and that got them in the tizzy. And security came in for he decided some big ass moves. They say he's an MMA guy, so MMA guy turned actor, which interesting. Interesting, but no. Mm, interesting. So yeah, get them hoes out of there. All right, well. AJ Francis versus Casey Navarro in a Sacramento street fight. It was a nice little fight. They had Harry Carey's nephew or grandson at this one, which was interesting because he just said like he called it A's games. I'm like, okay, well, that's nice for him. It's a nice fight. That that was in the same counter with the choke slam. He was trying to choke slam through the chairs, but Casey counter with the cutter. That was a nice counter. That was a 2 count somehow. But then Francis choke slam Casey through pair of 2 tables on the outside, and that put him down the dirt for the 1, 2, 3. Solid match. It's this little fight. Mike Santana acknowledges how dangerous Eric Young is, but before he gets the EY, Daria has an announcement to make in her pantsuit that, or dress, that white privilege once again, because Mike Santana has been cleared and has been given a rematch for his title opportunity. Wait a minute, ain't he fired? He gotta go. You're fired, kid. Go find another place of employment. But TNA's like, oh, we're a respectable organization. We're gonna give you a rematch. Even though he was fired. Okay, but whatever. This is what we talk about. This is what we talk about right here in the big old 2026 white privilege. They will not do this for Moose, and they just set him off on a vacation. They ain't do this for others, but it's okay. Um, Rosemary and Alley versus Mila Moore and Victoria Crawford, or Alicia Fox. Rosemary Alley won thanks to Rosemary and Allie's tag team creepiness and a little bit of Mara Sade too. Is this plastic? Is plastic on my diamonds? All right. The righteous are fucked up and they broke up the Spooky, Hardy, and Brother Nero, and they're about to fade away and classify themselves as obsolete. You're not. And in the main event, Leon Slater defended the X Division Championship against Cedric Alexander, 2 out of 3 falls. If Leon wins, he's going to be the longest reigning X Division champion in the history of total nonstop action, Impact, Global Force Wrestling, wherever they want to be called this week. Leon Slater surprised him on the rip with a roll up out of nowhere. Get this first fall. Took Cedric a minute, but he gets the second fall with his lumbar check. And he was really battling for this last stretch. It was a good back and forth. But Cedric hit 2 straight lumbar checks to make sure that he had a win, and he wins the championship. The first one he did was a little blech, but the second one was a bit better, and they got him to win. So Cedric, you're a champion. I think this is first singles championship he has since he was cruiserweight champion way back in 2018. So good for Cedric. Huh, well, good for him. He wanted to go to the hurt business. I wouldn't mind if he did that, but I always want him to establish himself on his own and do his own thing, Figure out how to be a singles guy, because he never really got opportunities a lot as a singles guy. Maybe over here in Total Nonstop actually could be a pretty good player for them. Never know. So, and the system is 2/3 of the way of getting all the titles. They just need the either the women's championship. I don't know if Alicia's still wrestling without it, or the international and or world TNA world titles. So they're 2/3 of their missions complete. So I need to kick it in a high gear, you know what I'm saying? But Leon Slater, youngest in charge, mate, got a bright future. Omaha, you ain't cashed it in yet, but that's between you and the TNA forces. Yeah, it's to you and the TNA guys and guys out there. Yeah. So good for Cedric. All right. AEW. Listen, man. Wait. Darby. Um. Yeah. This last one on Collision. Not it, Chief. Well, we'll say this. RH. Look. RH and AEW was in Salisbury. It was down south of the the Wilder. Anyway, they was down there. So it started with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle Wright versus STP, who just lost a trio check with a 6-man titles on ROH. And they do back-to-back jobs. And Briscoe got the win. Oh, Briscoe got the win, so, I mean, whatever. It's whatever, that one. Willow versus Red Velvet for the TBS title. It was not a champion versus champions match, but Willow should get her championship opportunity too, as Willow retains against Red Velvet. She got a new Red Velvet got a new Titans trying to look a little nice. Straight out your mama's kitchen or whatever that is. They really built this next month. Uh Ciampa attacked Briscoe, and he was about to try to put Briscoe in the hospital with a mean superplex. But then God Rachel saved him from that fate. So good. They built this next matchup as the battle of the students, the teacher with their students, as he had Samoa Joe and Anthony Bowens, who's now part of Oz, versus Jay Lethal and Lee Johnson from Twisted Swirl. And Joe and Bowens got the win. They said Bowens doing a submission finisher. Huh. It kind of reminded me of that movie. What's that movie? Pacifier, where that Pacifier. Vin Diesel, when he had Paul Giamatti, the gym teacher, and that one lock with the hand. I can't think of what the name was. It's not a crossface chicken. I know that. I forget the name, but he had his hand controlled arm and he made him tap. So I was impressed. I was like, oh, okay. At least he learned something new from Joe. At least he learned something new. And he's still the pride of pro wrestling, but he's got a new attitude, and I kind of like it. I like it, Joe. I like it. Joe must have been aware that I'm a Bowens fan, so we go with this. 5-minute white girl tag team challenge. Megan Bain and Lena Cross versus Allie Katch and McKenna. Joey McKenna. Both chicks look thick, but everybody's taking this one. But Bain and Cross beat them in a minute and 50 seconds. So, yeah. Well, at least the girls from last week lasted longer than. They didn't do too much, but at least the girls are good doing it. So. And I'll be the referee of that match whenever they need someone that can last longer than 5 minutes. Leo got split personality with the damn black heart thing, and he was all caught. He was hiding his craziness, but he was containing it. But once Nigel walked away, the glasses came off, and he had a drink out of his hands. His mouth just started oozing black smog, where he had in his mouth. And it started dripping down his face. I was like, ew. Imagine, I was like, ew. His wife got to deal with that. Ugh, I was like, his wife got to deal with that. And children. Hope they don't have nightmares going to school to that stuff. I'll say that. Dawes and Mark Davis defeat the Rascals. All three of them participated for once. But they took it out. TJ is back. We found new number contenders for Bane and Cross, our Twin Towers. So we'll see them down the line. I would look forward to that. And the main event, Darby versus Sammy, no counters again. You can only get away with this one time. You can't do it twice. And you try to do what a swanton was saying through a ladder and a table. This one just took. I didn't care. I'm like, I already know Darby's gonna win, but they try to make it seem like Sammy's really gonna upset because he's a 4-pillar. But I'm like, I already know he doesn't gonna win. Who cares? Especially when he hit 2 GTSs and then freaking with the knees and then hit a swanton at 6:30. I was like, come on, yo. Like, come on. Like, why you gotta do all that? And he still kicked out at 2. I'm like, end this shit now. That shit took way too long than it had to be. Way too fucking long, unnecessary. Please. Fucking annoying. I'm not mad, dog. I'm just mad at how, because like Miller's match, he collapsed during this match. I'm like, the spot would have been better at the end of the match. If he collapsed like near the end, and then found like a reserve to stay alive, then yeah, that'd been a lot better. But he didn't mill the match, and he still wrestled another 10 minutes, 11 minutes after that. So they make sense when it had the collapse spot. Just bad timing on that one. Bad timing on that. That was the main thing I didn't like about this. After that, when he collapsed in the middle, when he's on the middle of the story in Deathlock, I was taken out at him. I was like, this is way too early in the match to really be doing this. That's what you need to do at the end of near the end of the match, where it sets up for Dari to sneak away with a victory. That'll make it a little bit better. That turned me off, this match. Because I was like, I know Dari's going to win. But then all the ridiculous shit after the fact just made me turn off even more. I was like, this is the worst of this. End this shit. The fuck? Turn this shit on. Come on. Rappy though, I was saying this the last 5 minutes, like rap, end this fucking crap. Come on. I was getting frustrated. I'm not even a big Sammy fan. I'm like, oh my God, you're trying to bury this motherfucker. I'm not even trying to say that. But just, ugh. And it took too goddamn long. Dynamite itself, look, man. Did I even write? I did. Okay, I did. Saw a 10-minute tag. FTR champion the Dolls versus Young Bucks, Orange Cassidy, and Edge and Christian. What the fuck? Anyway, the Babyface team won, pinning Clark Connors. He's turned to the Willie Uter of that organization. I didn't think that'd be the fucking case, where every time they're in a tag match, he eats the fucking pin. But that's what I've been noticing ever since he's been on. He be eating the fucking pins. Ospreay at a White Tree T Comica training facility in some random slum and where the fuck they was at, and bummed the fuck. I don't remember. I ain't read the city down. Andrade, Mark Davis, and the Dolls joined Ricochet's team to be part of the Stay and Stampede. Have fun, fellas. Speedball versus Westbrook. Are you a Russell Westbrook fan? No, he's not. And this Westbrook, he's trying to move like he a goddamn cruiserweight, trying to do flips and shit. He almost bust his ass. I said, boy, oof, ooh, boy. That was on the second match of the day, dog. Like, damn, you want to bust your ass, bust your neck on national television. Good thing you caught yourself. The Speedball won. Cool. Then Kevin Knight has an open challenge, and the answer to the challenge is Brian Cage. The fuck? I'm not a man. I'm a machine. Yeah. No, we ain't seen him in a good hot minute. It's been like a bit over a year. Got some change. I didn't hate it, but I was like, why Brian Cage come back in this capacity? Because I was like, why would you come back? Why would you put him back in this capacity? You know he's gonna lose. And then he lost, and I was just like, they didn't learn a lesson. Why would you put him back in this scenario? Why ain't just beat up a jobber like Speedball? He gets jobber. How does Speedball get jobber matches, but not freaking Brian Cage? Out of here. What? Anyway, I'm not mad at night one because but why I hate it again in this scenario, but whatever. And speaking of jobber matches, this felt long as hell. Ospreay versus Ace Austin. Why does the match need a commercial break? I mean, I know Ace Austin. He's a solid performer. Where's the card? He used to have the card thing. He don't do that card no more. He used to bring the Ace card and be like some dealer type of gimmick. But now he said, forget the card. I don't need that card shit no more, I guess. But why does Mash need a commercial break? If he's learning with the White Tee Combat Club, he should be doing chokes and submissions like Yuta or Pac. I know Pac had his finisher, but you still use that. Yuta became more submission specialist. Why ain't he use the techniques that Masa's giving him to beat the piss out of him? If you don't have it with the White Tees, you're gonna have to have this their teachings rub off on Will and be more aggressive. You can't just be on there just doing your basic Will Ospreay shit. You gotta be evolved. You gotta evolve with what your character's doing verbal wise, with in ring wise. This felt was unnecessarily long for no reason. Did this really need 15 minutes? I ain't think so. But whatever. But Osprey wins. It's took fucking long for no reason. This didn't need a commercial. It need like 8 minutes. Or 10 minutes. Fuck, 10 minutes would have been okay. But 15 in the commercial? No. Picture in picture? No. It didn't need no picture in picture, oh. Whatever. Anyway, they had the Owen Hart tournament brackets. Us for the men is Will Ospreay, Smojo, Mark Davis, Jack Perry, Swerve, Strickland, Bandito, Claudio Castagnoli, and Brody King. Those are the match for the men's. And for the ladies, they have Persephone, Hazuki, Willow Nightingale, Alex Windsor, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Sky Blue, and Sari. They're the women's tournament. Um, I guess if I want to do first picks, for the men, I can see Osprey or Swerve. That'll probably be the finals. And then for the women, personally, I'll let see Willow win it or Athena. That'll probably be the finals. And if not them, I'm going with Mina. Those are the three I'm rooting for. Everybody else, I not gonna say I don't care for, but I'm not super inclined for them to win. Let's say that. I want Hater they win, but I'm not pining for them to win. That makes sense. The Triangle Madness versus Windsor, Sheeta, and Hater. This is a thick ass match. But it got ruined thanks to Thekla cracking Jamie with the belt, and then Sky missed the ref, and the ref got blinded after this, and it seemed like it was about to do a horrible fake to either. It was either what's the girl? It was either Windsor or Statland, one and two, and but the Basil Raz saved and Thunder Rosa saved that faith from going down. And they got a big old 8-woman tag with that. So that seems nice. But also in this, she had opportunity to break it up, but she just walked away. I was like, and that's why the Basil Raf had to save her. So interesting. Um, interesting. Semi-event spot. Darby versus Takashita for the world title. El Clone distracts the ref, and Don Callis he got the dime ring for Max early in the night, and he said use this to help me get the win. And Takashi was looking at the ring, looked at Don, and he threw the ring away to the side. Said, I don't need that ring. I don't need that one to win. I can win by my damn self. And then he ultimately loses. So I guess you didn't need. That Scorpion death drop on the stairs is nasty work. I feel like I hurt my neck too. And then coffin drops and got the W. MJF hesitated to sign the contract, but he was hesitant a few times, but he eventually signed it, and it's official. Hair versus title match. We can add that to the list of matches that has been seen in AEW. Hair versus title match. Now, if they get a mask versus mask match, we can add that to the list next. We'll see. And Darby almost got Tombstone from the top again, but he, excuse me, but Kevin Knight saved him, and that's good. Good. Turn over. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank God I'm glad doing this. Let's just back to the W out of this. All right, NXT. Interesting developments in the wrestling world for NXT. I don't know how this came about, but NXT is still kind of number one because SmackDown is still, and Raw is. There, what? All right. Tatum and Lizzie team together take on the Carolines and Zarya. And Zarya dips on Nikita and allows Lizzie to get the win for the team. And just for that, you get a title shot against Tater Salad next week. So, what a good week for you, Lizzie. Um, Naraku gets his first match against Lince Dorado. I don't see it, man. I don't get it. Now I seen how that he moved to America. Him and Io are married. I heard they were together. I don't know why I need to know they were together, but that's why he got signed to WWE, which cool, good for them, good for them and all. But why did I need to know that? I ain't hating. I'm just saying. I ain't hating. I'm just saying. Like, why did I need to know that? But anywho, oh, I don't get it with him. He kept hyping up this man when I got back in the wrestling. He was one of the few I've always heard from Japan that they said was really good. I don't know, man. Maybe I need to see him. He was the finisher that turned me off because nothing made me want to go. I can see it. Nothing made me say I can understand the vision. Even if I don't like somebody I'm not a big fan of, I can be like, I can see the vision why. But for this one, I don't see it. Maybe I need to see a little more, but so far, not impressed. But maybe he needs to finish or whatever. I don't know. But so far, yeah. Jada got snappy at Natty while doing an interview. Okay. Eli Knight versus when Sean Legacy and Tate Wilder versus the Birthright. Tate Wilder's a wild boy who's getting very energetic and extra bouncy like he was Javon Evans, and it cost him. And his tap arms even try to rank out the pin when he was getting pinned. I was like, what kind of shitty teammates are y'all? But that's him and his match experience, I guess. You know, they say he's on the indies, but whatever. Uh, Mason Ruggs signs his contract. Tony D is here. Tony D comes out and say, "You attacked me last week, rookie, like you think I'm a big guy or something. I know I'm the champion, but you need to put some respect and get in line." Something like that, I don't know. Can't have his attacks again, and Mason Ruggs flips on all of them. I don't think none caught him. No, it's funny. I'll tweet on Twitter that someone asked, "What's missing the rest of the day?" And I'm like, "We're missing big sweaty guys, big meaty sweaty men." I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like your Yokozunas, your Big Shows, your Mabels, Viscerers, or like Big John Studd, or like we're missing big guys, like fucking behemoths of men, like fucking Nathan Jones. Whatever, we don't get enough like that, like 6'10", 11. They turn into a comedy goofball after a couple years, or they become irrelevant after two. So that's what's missing. I see what they trying to do with him. I wish he had a beard. I don't got a problem. He probably need a new haircut, honestly. He need a. I'm not gonna say he need a fade, but if he rock like a mullet, yeah, I think a mullet or something, I think he can stand out. But if he didn't go facial, he'd be Gucci. But I don't know if he can. But that's whatever God gave him. Depending how that goes. But I need to see more. I'm gonna need to see a little more if I get my full assessment on him. I need a little more. How the fuck is Noam Dar still at the fucking NXT? He's been there for a decade ever since I've been back to fucking wrestling. Anyway, Jackson Drake is here versus him. Lockwood helps my Lockwood. That big bitch helping the hell out of her man and helps her win the match by providing a distraction. Oh my god. I feel like we're getting I feel like we're getting a teen version of Eddie in China with these two. Or Or what could have been with Nia Jackson Enzo? Maybe that scenario. Maybe mix of that. Like if Enzo and Nia Jax would have went together, would it seem like they would have? This is what it would have been like. Which, we'll see how it goes. Darcy lights out. They want the tag titles, and Darcy or the other members, Cyrus and uh, Cutler James, they want Sugars and Lennox's team together so they can fix their chemistry up. And if not, it's gonna cause some problems in Dark State. And they cause problems to them. Ain't nobody safe. Their words, not mine. Kaylani versus Kendall Gray in the main event. It's a fine ass main event. Izzy Dane out of nowhere, Lola was watching the back, came out of nowhere and attacked her, and they spill all the way into the ringside. Ren Sinclair got her leg taken out again, and her ankle was taken out, and oh my leg. Kendall was distracted by this, and they got the win. And Kaylani took advantage of this, and boom. And took a win and won. So yeah. Yes. Right. And there it goes. So this was the number one contenders match too. And what? Boom. All right. All right. And that's it for NXT. So. No, I don't feel like talking about Raw. It's fucking boring. I just reading Raw and it's like, it just looks so fucking boring. SmackDown looks boring too, but it was a little bit better. Trick in his hometown celebrating the Miz. Kit ruined celebration. Lisa matching him and Trick. Miz and Trick. Trick wins. Look that Trick. The funniest part was fucking Lil Yachty spanking Kit with the kendo stick. That was hilarious. That was the only hilarious part. Brian Page versus Julian and Kiana James. Where's Kiana's purse? She used to carry that purse all around with her. Now it's disappeared. She used to carry a brick in that purse. A freaking brick. I guess not no more. This match kind of was in slow motion, but in the motion where it was like, but Brian Page won thanks to doing that. So whatever. What is it? What do you see? So yeah, Brian Page won. So they got all contenders all the place. Cody wants Gunther to sign the contract. Gunther being a dummy and taking too long, yapping his mouth breather and not signing the contract with his pen. But he's taking too long, so Royce Key's like, all right, if you ain't gonna sign it, I'm gonna sign it. And walks down and go and signs it. Try to sign it. But Gunther's like, oh no, you're not signing that on my watch. And he goes down to the ring and he tries to take the pen from Royce Keys. And while they're having a tug over a fucking pen, all this comes out and say, hey, since you two want to freaking fight over it, let's have a normal contenders match, pal. And we have a contenders match. So yeah. Good for them. And at least it's a new match. I'll say that. It's a new fucking match. It's cool with me. Speaking of new matches, Mello versus Saints. Saints tries to cheat and gets caught, but Mello kind of the same thing, and he cheats and wins. So, and the ref don't see it. So, good for him. Mello wins, so good. Dane Priest is Tamatonga. Dane Priest wins. And then Talas Song attacks Dane Priest. So I feel like I'm going to MLTs versus DP and True for the tag titles. All rise. Um, Sammy crashing out into Johnny Gargano. Sammy's really tapping in trying to be a heel. There you go. Oh God. South Payne, man. Jade looking delicious. We got the baddies. They're all matching with they're all red and black. But Charlex is like, we gonna go for the tag titles. And Jade wants her title back. So they have a tag match. Charlex and Meechin and B-Fab. And I thought it was gonna be a win for Charlex, but Jade pulls Alexa out of the ring and ruins the match and throws in a barricade. And they beat up on them too. So yeah, well at least wait a minute. Smell that? I smell I smell a 6-man tag in the future. I smell it. I smell it. So yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have a 6-man tag. Charlotte and Rhea versus Meech and Jay and B-Fab, which is okay. All right, Royce Keys versus Gunther for the number one contenders match. This is and this the statement again I mentioned about this era of wrestling is a big sweaty man. I kind of miss big sweaty man for this because I mean Royce and Gunther are kind of big dudes, but we missing gargantuan fellas. Good God, we missing those, but it's cool. It, it was a decent match. It was a decent match. Solo comes out and tries to help Royce with the chair, slides it in and gives it to him, but he has Enigma and throws a chair back at his face and said, "Boom, no motherfucker, I'm not using that damn chair." And then Gunther takes advantage of it, locks in his sleep, but Royce fights out of it. He fights out of it to the point where he locks on. He had to get his power bomb thrusting position for the win and pins Royce. Fucking great. Want to have a new contender, pal? No. Try something different? No. What you want? Fucking Gunther. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Oh my God, bro. Could have had a new match. But what? News stories. This will be an 8th different person Cody Rhodes to defend the title against. And he's had that joint for 2 years. 8th. 8. Well, let's do the day before we get out here, and then we can get the fuck out of here. All right. Really, there they are. What the fuck she is that? Do you see we have a game tonight? We are. Oh, we on Peacock. Man. Well, we'll pick. All right, DC. We're picking Dallas, taking on the Wings. We're 2-1 a year. I think we could beat the Wings in Dallas. Let's take care. In Portland, Fire against the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut still trying to get their first win. Portland 1-2. We go with Portland. It's weird they ain't had no games on Saturday. I'll bring up the fight in the ring. We'll bring up the fight. They had a good game yesterday between Atlanta and Vegas. Vegas got up 19 in the fourth, but I came back and they was leading a rally comeback. And it had to lead to the point where Chelsea Gray had hit a game-winning turnaround jumper in the lane to get him to win 85-84. He tried to get a shot off, but it got stolen. I think Chelsea or Jackie stole it, and they won the game. 85-84. Chelsea Gray had 21 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, still on the block. She had it going from the get go. 8-13 shooting. Asia Wilson, 20 points, 6 boards, 2 blocks. Lester Smith, 13 and 6 boards. And then Chandy Carter, 20 off the bench. Drew Lloyd put on a donut, but she still had 7 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Everything but score. We like that production. And for Atlanta, Alicia Gray, she had 25 points, 9 boards, and a block. Tahina Pow got a start, 19 points, and a steal and a block. Jordan Can, 11 and 5 assists, 7 steals. Damn, impressive. And uh, Medina Okot, she got her first career double-double. 14 points, 11 rebounds. She was getting a lot of good big buckets and a block. Angel Reese, she only had 9 points and 8 boards. They was every time she had the ball, they double team her ass. So she was kicking out the fine girls, which I like the improvement on that. So wasn't impacting the game, but at least she was not. Oh, that's a lot of turnovers, and expect to see all that. But she was kicking out when she needed to kick out. Had 8 turnovers, but hey, wow, God, all the bench points, 14 bench points. Interesting. I was reading. Vegas is 4-1, and Atlanta's 2-1. I like how they had the whole team introduction. I didn't know it was their first home game, so that's why it was all like that. That was nice. All right, Fever in Seattle in Indiana. Indiana gets to win 89-78. Caitlin Clark fishing 21 points, 10 assists, 7 boards, 2 blocks, 5 of 10 shooting, got to the line 9-9. Kelsey Mitchell has 17 points and a steal. And Sophie Cunningham has 17 points off the bench, too. Nice. And with a steal and a block, foul 9 from the field. Yeah, there's a. Yeah, they ain't had no Leah Boston. She's out with a leg injury, so that sucks. It sucks with my team, too, because fucking had her ass. But, whatever. Anyways, for Seattle, Natisha Hyman, she had 19 points, steal and a block. Flaw J. Johnson, 14 and 6 boards, 4 blocks and a steal. Good grief. 3 of 14 shooting. Good grief, girl. You're locking on your shooting percentage. Jay Melbourne, she had 12. Zaya Cook, 13 and 4 assists off the bench. She shot a little But they ain't had no Ezzy or Malonga because she had concussion. Mad McGoy got like a hip or leg injury, still recovering from surgery on his case. So, but then get this second win of the season. All right, Chicago 3-1 as they beat Minnesota 86-79. Tragedy happened this game. Rakia Jackson went down with a leg injury with a knee issue. Oh no. Yeah, I've got no updates still. I'm just hoping there's nothing too serious. I was just a sprain, But, we ain't have my baby Skylar Dingus either, so it was more tragic. It was a very tragic day on the court. We had no Skylar and no kid fell down this one. But Gabrielle Jaquez held it down. She had 20 points, 8 boards, a steal. Camila Cardoso double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Held it down the paint, shorty. Natasha Clyde, 11 and 7 assists, 6 boards. Jason Seldon with 10 and 4 steals. Rachel Bannon, 13 points. Solid bench work. And at least they got the win. They did it for freaking Rakia. They got the win for her. As for Minnesota, Kayla McBride, she had 20 points, 7 boards, 4 steals, and a block. Tasha 17 and 9 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. Courtney Williams, 17 and 5 boards. Olivia Miles doing well so far. 13 and 6 boards, 4 steals in the block. Like it. Minnesota 2 and 2. And Chicago 3 and 1. Give me out there with kid, damn it. I need to see if she's good or not. If not, I'm sad. And the last one, Toronto Temple going to LA and beat the Sparks 106 to 96. They really maintained this one throughout. Brittany Sykes went ham, 38 points, 3 steals in the block, 10 and 21 shooting, 3-8 from Curry, but 15 and 15 from the free throw line. Way to get your buckets. Kiki Rice, 19 and 5 boards, nice, 5 and 8 shooting. Okay, I like it. 8 and 10 from the free throw line. Okay, I like it. Aggressive. Marina Mabry, 14 points, 4 assists, a steal. And Kia Nurse, 10 points off the bench. That's all she needed to do. She ain't need to do nothing else. Just get some buckets. Uh, for the Sparks, Kelsey Plum, she had 28 points, 7 assists, and a steal. De'Erica Hammy, 21 and 9 boards, 3 steals. Neka Gunke, 17 and 7 boards. Okay. Kate Martin, 11 off the bench, slashing a couple Curry bombs with a steal. Yeah, 3. So I think. And yeah, so Toronto's 2 and 2, and LA is 1 and 3. That was fast. So yeah, and those are the games from yesterday. And yeah, ended like this. Connie King and Massey. Be well, stay safe, survive advance. See you around.